Vicious Gaming, third time on Border. I am not going to shout out Iconic. He is
Yeah.
toxic.
Who? Never heard of him. Anyway,
Nope.
here we go with the banning phase. OC will
Shout out
ban
to King
first.
George, though. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what. You got to pick, as Glaz will be the first ban here by OC. You got to pick, but I didn't get to pick. And I say that this is a prime tie area, right? Just like you mentioned, OC's lack of play time here this season on Border. Vicious's ability to get the job done. I think this is going to be a dogfight. And I'm excited to see what ends up happening. So we see Glaz, we see Ying banned out right away. Some interesting picks. No hard breach banned out. Of course, attacking upstairs, opening the pillbox, opening offices. Thermite, a staple attacker in both of those scenarios. What do you think on defense? Mira? Oh, clutch.
Everyone knows you're a full second ahead, so you can seem like a wizard.
No.
Everyone knows it.
No,
and also, I want to point out that it was said it's a verbal agreement. You all heard it here first. If Vicious Gaming win, I have full working control of CCS as it is known now. You heard it from Ty Tangles himself. His words, not mine. Mira being banned. We have OC banning their defensive operator, Maestro. Little bit interesting to me. Granted, OC stick to Echo a lot of the time. They love information, but to ban Maestro on defense, definitely interesting to me. Granted, you don't see Vicious Gaming really setting up smoke plants all too much, so it's not vital information to see through smoke. And again, you see Echo more often than not for OC. It's a really back and forth with that ban. It's just a matter of if you value Echo or Maestro more. And clearly, we see Gurmy with the Echo. No one's surprised we are going to Armory's lockers first for defense. Hyena, goodness, my throat. Hyena, Blackbeard over to Thatcher. Valkyrie for Fultz. Drip is going to be vital for this matchup. And a good 6-pick from Hyena, especially when the Kaid is teased. As we know Vicious Gaming, as we've seen Vicious Gaming on Border, they attack that armory wall like it's no one's business. So very rarely do we see Vicious Gaming push into the office. Wow, I really brain farted there. So very rarely do we see Vicious Gaming push into office. It's more or less push into armory wall as hard as you can. Get a frag grenade kill, and just ride on the coattails from there. And that is my prediction as it stands right now. And with the Thermite being teased, I can only imagine that is what is going to happen. We do see OC fully prepared as you see them setting up for that main stairs. And yeah, Doodle calls that out immediately, but we see OC with a good amount of devotion to that armory wall.
Yes, we do. And a lot of utility being deployed downstairs, as well as a Yokai drone to kind of help cover that front door. And if anything, waste as much time as possible. You can be so fluid on the roam here on Border. Although getting upstairs could be a challenge if the attackers have too much map control. But we'll have two playing downstairs for the moment, just to see if perhaps they could get a pick, or at the very least, throw some bullets the attacker's way. Here comes a grenade primed and ready. Will it find the pathway it needs? It will not. No damage being done. Grenade off the board, as well as a minute. Not sure if the attackers have gained any ground quite yet. It looks like a full-on, right as I say that, bombs get the first kill onto Art through the soft portion of the pillbox wall. Interesting that that portion is indeed soft, with nobody kind of sitting there watching. I'm not sure if that kill went down behind half wall. I would imagine it does. And just like that, they will push in, and they've got a little bit of site control. Oasis, he'll push up and get a kill, but the plant will go down. And the dedication to not pull off the plant when your teammate goes down will be successful. Rexit, he'll get a kill as well. So the diffuser is down. No Yokai to stop it. 3v4 for the defense, being down a man on the retake. An easy second for Rexit. He'll push up. He'll get Yokai a little bit too late, though. Rexit, he'll get it down. He'll finish it off. That's 3 for him. 4v1. And can Gurmy do it? He has got a mountain to climb if he wants to. He's going to rotate in from the back. He'll find one. He'll find... No, he won't. Rexit with the kill frenzy will clutch this out, and that is what you want to see from your Ashe. Border going VG's way, round 1.
That was pretty bad execution from OC all around. They had a lot of devotion to Armory. They didn't really set up the site well enough. I mean, VG threatened into Vent and they pressured Vent. And the reason Art went down so early is because he was caught looking through holes that he made himself to peek into that Vent window. I mean, we saw him set it up a little bit late and he was peeking around just completely at the wrong time. And Gurmy still, Drip was the only one that was dead. Drip on IQ was the only one that was dead. And Gurmy didn't deny plant with the yokai. Instead, it was all up to Oasis, who eventually went down after he picked up the opening kill. But what the heck? I mean, you have yokais. You have plant denial all set up. I don't know where that was for OC. So they certainly dropped the ball there for the first round. And VG do well to take advantage of the hole opened up from OC. So we'll see Armory. So we'll see Ventilations this time, a complete switch. So Armory just reset mentally. You can still go back to the site as much as you want, but reset mentally. Don't let momentum go too much in favor of VG. And that's where we're seeing the switch here. And Vent is proven to be time and time again a very formidable site for defenses. This is not by any means surrender by any chance. This is a very formidable site and certainly something that OC are looking to take back with this round and go into Armory 1-1.
Yep. So Merc will hold that very cheeky angle through the punch hole in the window. See if he can find anybody on the cross. His reaction time is going to have to be astronomical. And I was just about to say, I saw the yokai going up the stairs. They did put a lot of utility up into the top floor, but there was nobody there. I guess they were elsewhere putting utility. There will only be the Vigil defending the upstairs. So a very difficult job for him as many of the attackers are headed that way. And Fultz with the pulse. Perfect timing. I think that was a pre-placed C4. It was indeed. What a beautiful call out. And a C4 very well utilized. All of the soft destruction of Buck is gone. And what an important operator to have when you're taking the top. Super important to push those defenders out of the way. Of course, they got a couple of Ashe charges. Heck, they could even dedicate, perhaps, I mean, I don't know. The main bit of utility is gone. Now, Merc will get absolutely obliterated through the soft wall. However, he will keep himself alive, and he will rotate back downstairs, but the damage is done. That soft destruction is gone. It's going to be a difficult thing here for the attackers.
And you mentioned it. I mean, they lost their frag grenades, which most of the time VG rely heavily on displacing defenders inside of Armory with the frag grenades, taking them out of sandwich, taking them out of metal half. And more often than not, they rely on that to aid their push forward, to be the beacon, to be their Gandalf going into a site. And to lose that so early is very, very rough. We do see them setting up for Vent, which just requires control of the white portion of Armory. But like I said, with OC, with so much map control still, with a minute left in this round, Art in beautiful position to take advantage. But it would seem that Hyena is more than well prepared. A missed C4 from Art will knock his utility out of the way. And bombs with the plant going down. Yokai rings true. And it'll be Oasis to pick up Rexen panicking once that yokai went off. Oasis just walks on through and picks up a triple. Messed around and got a triple-double. Oasis makes this a very easy 1-1 for OC. What a play from the smoke. And that's the kind of aggression we've seen from OC and we're accustomed to, where it's not over-aggression. It's just really well timed. You said it. With Disrupt last game, Yeti just perfectly timed everything. It's something Oasis has done as a team so well throughout all of these play days, and we saw it shine there, just shredding everyone apart. Is Oasis on the smoke? As we go back to Armory, as I mentioned, most teams for a site, and a site a lot of teams are comfortable with. I do want to point out something. Echo and Valkyrie being unbanned basically forces the attackers to bring IQ. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And the Legion coming out as well from time to time just kind of furthers that notion.
Yeah.
There's not. I'm trying to think. Is there the smoke canisters perhaps? Other than that, there's no other operator that is not countered in some way by IQ that is on the defense currently. So yes, I agree.
With the forced hand of IQ, it's forcing VG off another set of frag grenades. Every time they have played border, or the past 2 times they have played border, they brought 4 frag grenades almost every single time on attack. Through 12 rounds of attack, they brought 4 frag grenades 10 times. So the forced IQ pick essentially is taking away a lot of their success they have found pushing into Armory. And that might be the storyline through these remaining 4 rounds of VG attacking on border. And something to keep an eye out for, where if Doodle goes down, as we saw that just then, a lot of VG kind of tends to fall with it.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, we're going back upstairs. They reinforce half of the pillbox again. And honestly, for OC, that was their Achilles heel. The Ash stood at the pillbox and got all of the kills the last time. They opened it up. Here's the thing is there's nobody playing half wall. Well, now there's somebody right behind this reinforcement right here on perhaps a black eye camera. I'm not sure if he's getting fed information. He's looking for the drones. He will get droned out. He'll not get it. He'll retreat back to half wall, but he's very exposed at that point in time. And here's Rexen here again, and why not? He was so effective at this half wall because he was just outgunning everybody the last time he's here. That's not easy to do against OC. But here he is yet again. The kills have not come out quite as quickly. There's still so much time left to go. They're going to take their time, gather some information. But the problem with this is, and they are taking their time, is there's not much resistance. So here comes the smoke, I believe. Or perhaps a kite. I couldn't tell what got thrown out there. But either way, there's the ability for the attackers to get in a position and hold angles. And the defenders cannot do anything except for a semi-retake. And that's basically they're going to have to expose themselves to this attacking squad if they want to try and face them.
And this is where, more often than not, we see a lot of frag grenades come out from VG. And with Doodle being tied up down below, granted picking up a kill for himself, the frag grenades aren't coming out and defenders aren't being displaced, and it's delaying their push into this tile area, this white area of Armory. As we see Drip also pick up a kill, and well, this is just VG outgunning simply the remaining members of OC. So it'll be up to 2 ACOGs. Well, make that 1 ACOG. And Ace is required to clutch the round for Gurmy. I'm thinking we're going to 2-1 VG. Yep. Sure enough, Rexen continues his reign of terror. You mentioned he just stayed on double pretty much the entire first round and picked up 4 kills. And but that played right into VG's strategy. So this is, we talked about it beforehand. VG went from, oh, we're gunners, we can do anything type of lifestyle and NA qualifiers to getting their butts whooped essentially when they got to CL. And then you saw the maturity, the evolution of VG where roles were placed, where strategy was required and implemented, and it's working out well for them. I mean, they're still all gunners. They're still just as talented as they were before, but this time they have strategy. They have methods that aren't being beat just simply because they're saying, hey, we're coming through here. You can outgun us or you can't. And more often than not, teams cannot. As we see OC switched on over to Teller. So Armory clearly not working out.
All 5 members of the team immediately leave site and start to prep upstairs. And what an atypical selection for this, especially when that upstairs primary site is still in contention of play. And I'll tell you what, both times, I'm telling you right now, both times OC has left that pillbox unreinforced, forcing the attackers to spend no utility. It's not slowing them down at all. And that is where all of the action is happening. And that you saw that the last round was flawless. That last round was flawless. And so, you know, that's just not working. I hope if they go back upstairs, and they might not with this pick here, who knows? But if they go back upstairs, perhaps Now's the time for the IGL to say, you know, let's maybe do something a little bit different because no resistance at this pillbox. We don't have any like heavy utility or anything set up behind half wall, which is a major point of contention. Sure, they had the Yokai drone over there. Sure, they had people set up underneath, but they weren't so successful underneath in order to deny from that vertical position. And because of that, it's time to change something. So here we go, round number 4, 30 seconds off the board, a lot of movement, a little bit of map control, a little bit of roam clearing coming out here from the attackers. No bullets trading back and forth yet. Still plenty of time to go, though.
Southwest side, CCTV, customs areas in complete control of VG, but obviously with the site being on the other side of the map, it won't be enough for now. And it'll be a matter of OC whether or not they can position themselves to appropriately react to the pressure of VG, as we see an armory take in the workings right now for VG. Merc in prime position on metal stairs, and it's one that isn't really used all that often. As we see Drip try to take advantage, he will. Merc will fall, but Gurmy will refrag. So good use of information for Drip. Still a good kill to displace defenders, but losing your IQ is not ideal this early. What an important operator it is. Granted, no Valkyrie or Echo you need to worry about, so thank God for that, but still, losing an IQ for a Jaeger is well worth the trade for defenses.
Yep, so the fountain wall will get opened up. There are 2 defenders laying in wait. One will get thrown out. I'm not sure if they know that there are 2 there. But Bombs, he'll peek in and hold a little bit of angle on the desk. Now 3 defenders in the zone. Oasis with a beautiful shot. SMG-11 to the head. Nothing you can do there. 1 bullet is all it takes, and that is 1 fast-firing rifle. Rexon, though, he'll stand in the place, but Fultz will come down the hallway as Doodle will get a grenade onto Gurmy. Things looking good for OC, 47 seconds. 3v2, still full health on all the remaining players. And a standoff will happen upstairs. AWD, a.k.a. Doodle, he'll find his second, bringing it to a 2v2, a fantastic job. Only 1 more roamer to contend with upstairs. No, there's actually 2 upstairs. The site's completely clear, but the battle will be fought upstairs. This will be a battle for kills, it seems. Peaks will come out, the SMG-11, both of the attackers pushing up. Art, he'll find 1. Can he do it? Yes, indeed. Art will find 2, and OC will bring 1 right back. I tell you what, when OC is lost, it's been pretty heftily against them. But when they win, it seems to be a hard-fought battle, but that's okay. We're tied 2 apiece.
And that was OC kind of taking a page out of VG's book saying, this is where we are, come get it. And Oasis, to pick up that kill onto Bombs was the story of that match, because that kill onto Bombs, diffuser down, and he just smokes off that bomb. That's 30 seconds of diffuser control for the defenders, and from there you just have to, you know where the pressure is. Someone has to rotate into fountain, and it's subtle information for defenders, something you don't really think about. Diffuser is down, you know someone has to go there for the round win. It's just a little subtle thing about Siege that makes this game so great, but something also that OC are so good at taking advantage of. And really, you have to highlight Oasis here. He has come up in clutch time and time again for OC, and a big reason why OC have 2 rounds on defense. He picked up a 3K before. That round he picked up 1. Granted, Art picked up the others, but still, he's done so well for his team, and it's been impact kills time and time
100.
again. Both of the rounds that OC have won, he's killed Bombs. He's killed the Heart Breacher and the Planter himself. So it's the classic tale of Planter versus Anchor, and right now Anchor is winning that 1v1.
Well, it's been going back and forth, that's for sure. And I want to also point out Merc, the gunner supreme here for OC, still yet to find a kill 4 rounds in. Could be playing a part in the fact that we're all tied up at this point. But yes, I agree with you 100%. Oasis doing a fantastic job with that smoke so far on defense. So, looks like Fultz will do a very risky crossover. He won't make it, though. Doodle right there ready, and an unfortunate timing event. But here goes 1 down, and Merc actually, he'll finish the kill. Rexon the one who had so much success in this particular area previously with that Ash, will get IQ and full CCTV control for the attackers. They'll just see if they can find anything through the floor. And here comes the thermite charge onto the wall. A very risky peek out, but Doodle will be ready for it. Headshot picking up his second for the round, 4v3. We're only a minute deep. Kill flurries abound. Oh, what a shot through the window. Blind, are you kidding me, Art? I'll take that. I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. Not to say Art doesn't have skill, but get out of here. Seriously, 3 apiece now.
Unlucky. That is unlucky. That was just a pre-fire for the ages for Art, and an important one to say the least, as we're tied 3-3 now, with Oasis really starting to feel his momentum. But speaking of momentum, for Vicious Gaming, Doodle has done so much of the legwork for his team, and that is a 1v1 I look forward to seeing as the rounds continue. Oasis will win that 1v1, however, versus Doodle, he'll take out both of them. So it'll be all up to Hyena, who's on the ground. Diffuser's upstairs. With a minute left, Oasis can just have full control of this diffuser. We do see Hyena rotating back up, but wow, Oasis. Ah!
Yeah, there's not much that can be said. He's just absolutely doing work. And just as I say that, I mean, he'll just beat everybody who dare face him upstairs. And you're probably asking yourself, folks, the smoke on Rome? Why is he not downstairs, prepped and ready to use his utility to his fullest? That's your answer right there, ladies and gentlemen. Winning that 1v2 upstairs and then finishing off the last one. And the terror continues. The Oasis show now fully implemented as OC wins their second in a row and takes their first lead of the game.
I can see this half going to 3-3, though, just simply based on the fact that we're going to Armory, and VG have won both of their Armory pushes so far. Hyena switches back off that Blackbeard to Thatcher again, so it's the same lineups we saw through both of them, except with a little bit of a switch here. Now, Merc, all right, Merc, chill. All right, Merc on Pulse will be the play, and it's something they desperately need. So, again, I said it before the game started, but VG push into Armory. They get control of up to bunker, and then they plant. They just plant. That's it. That's the whole story. It's nothing too exciting. It's not something that needs to be exciting. It's just what they've done to great success. And if you are OC, you need to figure out a way to deny either Invent, or you need to find a way to play the objective a little bit closer, because when you don't reinforce, as you mentioned, the double wall and Armory wall, it gives angles to the attackers. We see them reinforce both now, so you'll have to expend some sort of utility here.
Well, good, they listen to me.
Yeah, you're just giving angles for attackers if you don't reinforce that, and that's what's allowing for a lot of the easy plants we've seen. But if you're OC, you need to come up with some solution here. Right now, you have 3 C4s, a Yokai, and Toxic Babes. So you have literally plant denial on every single operator. This is all up to OC and how well they can execute this defense.
Yes, it is indeed, and I like the change that we talked about. The only failures OC has had so far, both upstairs, and both times they were having issues with the softball. But hello, where is everybody? Only Kermie on site. Everybody else wandering around. I'm not sure how far off site they are, but the drone will come out. I'm not sure if they realize that, but what a prime time situation to get in there. And here comes the wall getting opened up. Smoke now in small office right next, ready to go, joining his teammates. We got Merc elsewhere. Again, Merc not having the best game ever, but that's okay. His teammates sure are picking up the slack. Fultz also downstairs, but will not see any action as the attackers, as per usual, are focusing primarily on that pillbox, and for good reason, because they've had so much success there. So the wall will get open, but that will stall out a little bit. They're trying to see if anybody wants to just give their life away real quick, peek them around the corner like they have in the past 2 rounds, but so far OC not playing into that game. And just something as simple as putting that reinforcement there has really changed the dynamic of how this round has been played so far.
And this round is pretty much all hinging on whether or not Doodle can control ventilation, because if he cannot, they have to deal with 3 C4s, and that is just a nightmare in and of itself. We saw Gurmy's yokai positioning before. That is a position that IQ can actually not get rid of that yokai, and Merc from below will take out bombs with the C4, and we talked about it. That is so vital. The C4s are going to come into play as Merc picks up Doodle's kill, so full control from down below is in control of OC, and the C4s will just ring on true, and they'll just keep coming and coming and coming, and what a nightmare round for Vicious Gaming, and so well executed by OC.
Let me tell you exactly why OC was so successful there. Let me tell you exactly. Okay?
Tell me, Dad.
It was about, oh God, it was about 15%.
I didn't say Daddy, just Dad.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. The why changes everything. Okay, 15% double reinforcing pillbox. 85% Merc just absolutely being able to handle himself downstairs solo, getting that clutch C4. There was an attacker primed, ready to go, holding an angle on the doorway, but he was able to quick peek it so fast and get that diffuser off to stop the first plant based on beautiful information fed back to him by his teammates. Nobody unnecessarily peeked the pillbox around that bomb corner there, and because of those two factors mainly, OC, it was just a breeze for them, right? Now they're in their element. Now all they have to do is win gunfights where they're not at a disadvantageous position when that gunfight is beginning its engagement, right? So because of that, fantastic job. Dual nitro cell kills, OC, that is how it needed to be played. And shout out to Merc and shout out to whoever the IGL is on OC to say, guys, we need to make a change. Fantastic job.
Yeah, all around, just, again, we talked about, that is pretty much how you have to defend that site, is because you can't physically be there. You can't retake it to really much success just because of the angles attackers have. However, when you play an operator like Clash, it allows your defenders to step up a little bit more and play that vital white tile space. So it just allows you to play a little bit closer. And when you're not playing, you know, triple C4, toxic babes, yokai, we're not playing this entire lineup dedicated to a certain style, having this clash is so beneficial, and it's something we've seen before from Drift. I mean, this is not random from VG whatsoever. They clearly have strategies involving Clash, and it's an operator they are more than comfortable bringing out, and they found success with it as well. We are seeing a office push, something we have not seen before from OC, so the success of this is going to be sketchy. When you don't bring a Hibana for this site, it gets really difficult. Hibana can safely open up an angle from all the way outside into Armory, into the white tile area we were talking about, and not having her available it's just going to be tough, and relies on C4s from below, which is why we're seeing Gurmy pressure right now onto Doodle, but Doodle will fall. We did see Fultz there ready to refrag as well, so it looks like Doodle's worst nightmare. And effectively, however, the downside, when you have Clash, you basically only have 4 guns at a time. And now, when you're down a gun, it's basically a 3v5 in terms of who's aiming at who.
Yeah, very, very aggressive, still gathering information with Drip, only a drip of health, and Merc, 1 bullet is all it'll take. R4C, no ACOG needed. Very good pickup for them, and now they don't have to deal with that annoying shield, because nobody, and I mean nobody, likes fighting shields. So that will back up the remaining players on the defense all the way back into the lockers. And Rexon, will get the kill on a Fultz, looking for the camera. Maybe you should check your angle first. He will pay for it with his life. 4-3 though. OC still in favor, but time is ticking away. Here comes Bombs down the hallway on the flank. He'll find it right as the camera turns away onto the unsuspecting Art, I believe on his drone at the time. The yokai will set up as well, getting ready for the onslaught. Merc still working that window, and just like that, the tides have turned, and oh, what a beautiful shot by Oasis. The flick will work. He'll crawl into the corner. The Yokai will stop plant opportunity 1 and 2, but that's it. Out of options. Hyena through the smoke will find Merc. The diffuser gets stopped. Bombs will get the kill onto Oasis. And a 2v1 now with the time ticking away. Gurmy will have to go for it. He'll see a dead body. Bombs with the Jabate. SMG kill at the end there. And a fantastic holdout by VG.
That was a 3v5 too, and that was just simply VG out utilitying, using their utility far better than OC did throughout that entire round. I mean, OC's opening 2 picks were just simply shooting at them. It wasn't a whole lot of they droned them out and they said, all right, okay, we won the gunfight. Past then, though, we didn't see smoked plants. We didn't see ADSs being burned. We saw flashes come out late. We didn't see frag grenades. It was a real failure to execute from OC from such an advantageous standpoint. I mean, they were up 5-3. All they had to do was refrag from there. And with no one flanking as well, it let the defenders just basically have a shooting range. So pretty poor job from OC to execute, especially because they had a ton of utility to do said execute.
Absolutely. They could have opened that wall. They could have used the protection of the bomb to move in and start a plant. Instead, unfortunately, the person with the diffuser was sitting at the doorway, decided to push all the way across into the corner, and then he's kind of stuck there. Right now it's time to get the plant down. Yokai stopped him twice. By then, his cover fire right there from the window had gone down, and now the diffuser was in too bad of a spot to be able to recover and return it to the safety of the cover that is the bomb in that room. So here we go, 3-4. Not to a surprise to me at all. I knew this was going to be a very back and forth type game, which is why I predicted the tie. Just saying. Remember, Manpans predicted the VG win.
I get control of CCS.
Yes. Well, no. But we'll just tell you that you will,
yes,
just to make you a little bit happier.
No.
Yes, but no. Not at all. Not even a little.
Well, here we go. We have round 8 underway, and OC setting up again for that office push, something they're clearly comfortable in. And when you have an office push going into workshop ventilation, it's certainly something a little bit different, but not something that we're not necessarily surprised to see, but it's newer, where ventilation and getting control of bunkers has been something teams are so comfortable with. To push into, well, to hopefully get your plan off in workshop is just something that not a lot of defenses are necessarily accustomed to. It's just interesting, just based on the popularity of that ventilation push and control.
Yeah, so Doodle, he will meet his demise at the hands of Jackal. Jackal, it's a Jackal on East Stairs. And looks like full upper control for the attackers now. Gurmy, he'll find his second on a drip. Jackal just doing work upstairs. Now, no resistance anywhere nearby. We'll have one plane up on top of the server rack. Burke will find some fire down through the hatch. Not get touched. He'll be able to finish off Rex at 2v5. OC making it look easy. Only 2 left now, 2 ACOGs. But can those ACOGs be enough as the window gets torn up, the ceiling gets torn up, and the pinch is just unrelenting here on the remaining defenders. And hey, let's take a moment, do a little bit of droning. Why not? Good plan, and through the door bombs. Not very many places to go as the doors on either side of him are open, but bombs. Ooh, with that beautiful headshot onto Gurmy will stop his rate of terror. Gurmy able to pick up 2. He'll see the foot, and Art will finish it off as well. 1v4, and only a half health Rook to go. He'll see 1, but oh no! The turn of the corner at the wrong time, and Merc will get him on the drive-by. Was he actually planning? No. He'll hold it on an angle. Great job, though, by OC to bring it right back very strongly.
I mean, you talked about during the match, but not to be underestimated is their ability to regroup and then replan their attack midway through that round. That was so masterful from OC, where they had the push coming from office initially, And then they get those opening 2 picks, and all of a sudden you see them swarm in every which direction. You had East areas, you had vertical control, you had people pushing from vents in the main door. That was just, that was essentially what the North did to the South all those years ago.
Where do you come up with these analogies? These are hilarious.
Scorpion tactics, man. Learn your history.
Trust me, I know all about it. But here we go. Round number 9. VG off to a great start. OC rallying a little bit. VG able to plant one onto OC. But OC, with the fire that was last round, huge man advantage, easy cleanup. Here we see the scoreline. Fultz, the only one that's seemingly lackluster, and by the way, when I say lackluster, I'm not saying he's doing bad by any stretch of the imagination. He just happens to be doing the worst on OC, which is better than you or I, Man Pants, by the way.
You're making it worse. Just say it.
What, that we're bad?
No, just you're dragging this out. You can say your words.
I'm saying my words.
Drip is 3 and 7. Ty said it first. I have full control of CCS. Anyway, round number 9 is underway. We do see pretty heavy roaming presence from VG. This is pretty unique take on the ventilation defense. This is essentially what most people would call every man for himself. And we see Doodle prone pretty much right next to Merc, and
and Man Pants will be quite entertained as the ash goes down.
That is a surprise mother person meme if I've ever seen one. That was tactical from Doodle. But Fultz will take out Drip, and Doodle with this SMG-12 is just going bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. And Gurmy, though, is applying the pressure as he has all game. And this little cute back and forth will no longer continue as Doodle says, heck that. And pieces right on out. And I am apparently off sync again.
Just a little bit, but he will retreat back, he being Doodle, back to the loving arms and even more loving stem pistol of Doc. He'll get healed right on back up. Meanwhile, Oasis, he'll find one onto Rex, and Rex had that fantastic round with the Ash, just hasn't been able to find his footing. Started off on the Jaeger, they switched him over to the Bandit to try and make something happen. He is just not having a fantastic defense so far. 3-3 though. Hyena, he'll find one. Fultz will go down after just having talked about Fultz not having maybe necessarily the best game. That's okay. 2v3, still a winnable situation with a minute left, but the Jackal Gurmy already having found 2 kills so far. A lot of work ahead of them if they want to pull this round out, and it looks like they're pretty spread out right now. Looks like they're going to try and rejoin to do a unified push as the Thermite works his way out of the window.
Nothing is more powerful than friendship, but with 40 seconds left and how aggressive VG are getting, this is going to be rough. Bombs with prime position will continue to delay with those toxic babes, essentially preventing anyone from walking in for the next 30 seconds. And as that time ticks down, this is pretty much whack-a-mole with the smoke, and he has yet to hit him. Bombs is doing a terrific job to distract. Gurmy got sick and tired of it, but Doodle with the well-timed high IQ roam will take him out. All of a sudden we're in a 1v1,
Oasis.
but this is something that is going to be difficult. Oasis has to get the bomb down. However, Hyena has no idea where he is. The bomb went down in Workshop, and it's a 1v1 with ACOGs. Time ticking down for Hyena, but this is going to be tough. This is just going to be who outguns who, and it will be Hyena to come out ahead with the kill onto Oasis. A little bit of BM. We're all friendly here. A very, very close round for VG, but they managed to get it on the coattails of their Doc. And we talked about this earlier. With the defined roles of Vicious Gaming, it's easier to get in a groove if you know you're going to be doing certain something, right? Hyena always knows he's going to have an ACOG in his hands. If they ban, if some miracle world, Doc, Echo, and Maestro are all banned on defense, he'll be playing either Kaid or Rook. He'll be playing ACOGs and D. And you just we just saw the fruits of it there, where he's 1v1 with someone. He knows it's just what he does. That's the scenario you planned for him. And having these stricter roles as a team has really aided VG. And we just saw, again, how it affects them as a team and unit there. As we go back to Armory, with Doodle switching over to Kaid instead of Valkyrie. Granted, your Versa IQ, your cams are only going to stay up for so long unless they're really, really hidden or you're really not looking for them. So, bit of a strategic move there, and you're kind of hitting. I don't know why I said hitting. You're kind of hiding the fact that you are planning on fully denying entry of yours of some kind. Whatever entry it is, if you're going to push an office again, you're going to push an armory, we are going to deny it, is essentially the lineup right now from VG.
Yeah. So Oasis still leading the pack with the kills. 11, no assist whatsoever. He's just finishing off every time he engages. Doing a great job. Fantastic so far. And yes, I'll tell you what, that round was critical. Oasis with the 1v3, killed 2, got the diffuser down. It was so winnable, so just could not get the last kill there. And for VG, it was so critical to win that round, because instead of looking at a 3-6 must-win 3 rounds, other teams on match point situation, now it is a significantly more manageable 4-5. Just a 1-round deficit plus a 1-round buffer to lose without ending this match in your opponent's favor. Great job by them. Great job by the Doc there to finish it out and get the kill. BM well deserved. So here we go, 40 seconds left, pretty standard split push coming out. Lots of claymores going down for the attackers. No real map control, but that's okay. Just trying to grab some intel at this early stage in the round.
And I mean, you said it, you called the tie early on. I have zero idea how this is going to play out. Both of these teams back and forth, whether it's round in the rounds even, they've come so close. We've only had one flawless round, and that never occurred again, and rounds have been so close since then. As Merc picks up the opening kill onto bombs. Smoke off the board. Wow, what an opening pick for OC going into what is hopefully match point for them.
Another thing that's also unfortunate, this time for the attackers, is I thought I heard the thermite go off and then not blow up. So it seems like one of those exothermic charges was eradicated somehow. Here comes what I think is charge 2. Careful, folks. Not too close. You don't want to get blown up there, but they will finally get that open. But I'm not sure. Maybe next time we see thermite, just pay attention to see if he has any of those exothermic charges left. So 4v5, a minute left. Now sight control for the attackers. Hello, defense, where are you? Some bullets will come down, but not do too much damage to the Echo. Still plenty of time left. Now they have the security of the bomb. Where is that diffuser? Perhaps maybe just one more pick before they decide to commit to it. Meanwhile, here comes the Yokai on its way over. Wasn't pre-placed there. Doodle on the rotate. Here comes the diffuser. Going down. The Yokai should be in place by now. Fultz, he'll get a kill. No, the Yokai is busy elsewhere, and the diffuser will get planted. Unfortunate from the Echo. Will be helping his teammate on the roam and not stopping the plant. Merc and AWD will each get a kill, 2-4, but the diffuser is planted. A retake situation supreme. Rexon, he'll start it off with the kill. Almost TK his own teammate. Merc, he'll find one. Only Rexon left, full health. Back on that Jaeger, he'll find one. That's Merc down. He'll pre-fire through the window. He'll find 2. Only one more left to find. Bolts hiding it out. Here comes the defuse. Can he hear it? Can he get it on time? Rexon will clutch it out with the pistol, and he will have enough time to defuse it. And are you kidding me, Rexon? Where have you been all along? Beautiful job. VG ties it up.
Oh my God, Rexon, you're insane. That was a 2v4, if I'm not mistaken, retake post-plant. Clutch from 2 members of VG, and more specifically Rexon, just landing the shots. And that was nothing but game knowledge right there. That was, he pre-fired every single place where he thought they would be, and sure enough, that's where they were. And oh God, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
That was so terrific from Rexon. Granted, in any situation where there is a comeback or 1vx and that person wins it, it's more or less a failure of the other team than it is giant boon. This time it was a giant combination. That was Rexon going absolutely mental, and really OC not being in the correct positions whatsoever to clutch that out. I mean, they had a post, it was post plant, and
that's what I was gonna
wow.
say. First of all, a 1vx situation, but a 1vx situation with the diffuser down, and the one is a defender off-site. That makes it twice as hard. I mean, unbelievably good job. You guys can tell. I bet you everybody out there is impressed. I bet you chat's blowing up, Rexon GOAT, all this stuff, and deservedly so. So here we go. Here we are, tied up. All tied up. Anybody's ball game. OC. Are they gonna let that last blunder that kept them from match point affect them? Maybe. Not if it's the OC that we know and love. I think it's just reset, level your heads off, and let's get back to work. It's anybody's game, like we said. Remember, folks, OC has not lost a game. They're sitting high atop this mountain that is the points for the rankings this season. If they go down, there are a lot of hungry teams right behind them. Maybe not super close, but this will give them the chance to make some sort of play for first place for the second half of this season. But that all remains to be seen. Plenty of siege left to go. At least 2 more rounds. 1 minute off the clock. 5-5 still.
Torches ready.
Yeah, I mean, this match is certainly delivering. A minute into the round, we have little to no action. A lot of angles being held from VG as they stand tall with their defense at the moment with the setup inside of C. This is a Mira strat without Mira, essentially. And it hinges a lot on Rexon and Hyena. Okay, there you go. And they pick up the opening 2 kills. Doodle and Rexon pick up the opening 2 kills of this round. A hard breacher gone. And Maverick is not the person you want to be left with. And it will be Rexon to duke it on out with Art, who is currently losing this battle. Gurmy, who has performed so well through this game, will pick up 2 for himself on both of the Frenchmen as he's looking to pick up his 3rd. With bombs pinned down, the rest of the members of OC are sure to take advantage.
Yeah, Gurmy's got 1 pin down after a quick 2, and OC flipping the script just like that after the opening 2 kills coming out from VG. Bolts, he'll open up a beautiful hole in the ceiling, clean them up. Beautiful team communication as well. No greed there from Gurmy to get kills. They just want to get that W. They've done so far what it takes. They got a man advantage. They've got 45 seconds left. They're going to start to have to push soon. Jackal will find one way off to the side, but now a little bit of a stall coming out for the attackers. They're going to have to move here really quick. Bandit playing a very aggressive angle up under the hatch as his drip, watching hatches. They know everybody's upstairs. He sees one. He'll pre-fire, but no! The cross from the teammate, Art, will finish it off. Unfortunate timing, and now just Doodle remains. Only 20 seconds, though. If the attackers wait too long, a plant stop is all he'll need. A grenade will go out, and Art, he'll finish it up. They're on to Doodle with a 2-piece of his own. 1 from Gurmy, 1 from Art. OC will bring it back. Match point. The next round will determine if 1 point for both of these teams or 3 points for OC will be awarded. And I just might say that at this point in time, Manpants can no longer be correct on his pick.
I am sad to announce that I will not be the next owner of CCS. It'll still go to Rob and Ty, despite how poorly that's ran. I'll say it. No, okay. But this game is delivering on all cylinders. I mean, this is everything you could have wanted from this game.
But
every round
is also everything that we expected as well.
Yes.
Out of this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is OC have been dominant throughout. Vicious Gaming had a rough start, but because of Virus, Jinx, even Thomas from Accelerate Gaming, the coaching, the aid, the advice given to VG, they've looked like a different team, and we're seeing just the strength of them right here, where they very well could have and probably should have won that last round. It was pretty much on the coattails of Gurmy to bring that back from the impossible, but they've looked like a different team. Again, a huge amount of credit to the players, obviously, but behind the scenes, Virus, Jinx, and Thomas to an extent. Really, the amount of effort Vicious Gaming have put into improving has shown tenfold. And to go up against OC, who, to their own credit, have been tearing through and improving throughout the season, but to go up against OC and to take them to the very last round that you possibly could have is a credit to Vicious Gaming, certainly. 30 seconds into the round, not a lot of headway is made, mostly just set up for these attackers. As I say that though, Drip attempted the run out from Office. He will be felled, and it looks like Bombs is on his back, but he'll be revived by Hyena, and Hyena will pick up a kill for himself. So a 1+ exchange for the Doc, and a very important one. Going down 5-3 for yours would not be ideal whatsoever. Vent defense is currently standing strong. Doodle is awarded entry into the workshop, graced by Bombs' shotgun. And it'll be OC a little bit slow to react. Where they thought they had all the momentum, Hyena really brought things back.
Yeah, but here we go. I mean, this is the clutch moment. Almost half the time has elapsed, which the more time that elapsed, the less likely it is OC can pull it out here. But here we are, 4-4. Jaeger, all his utility pre-deployed. Buck, none of his utility deployed before his death. So the odds are in DC's favor right now. OC pushing it, though. We'll see here a Nitro Cell go off elsewhere on the map. No damage done to any of the attackers, and it looks like no resistance up above for the defenders. No, indeed, it will be all 4 on site, but they know the Buck is dead. Now, got a couple of Zofia charges, to try and do something, and of course you can shoot through the wall, but there's not going to be any soft destruction going on besides that up above. Now, Merc, he'll find one, and that's disastrous. That will be Hyena, the clutch master, prior, the one who kept them alive. It would have been over by now. It would have been 3-6 at the time. It would have been all over, but no, he kept it alive. He is now removed, as is the ACOG, as is the healing ability. He was able, though, to use one of the stems on the down smoke, bringing him very much back into the game. But here, they are now stalled on the front door. Shots going back and forth. Lots of pre-fires coming out, but no damage being done, and the time is ticking away. Where are the attackers? They're going to have to make a move soon. They're still just playing the windows and doors. Finally, somebody over in Teller's. Oh, and Oasis, he'll find one. And here comes the plant going down. I'm not sure if they know it. They do hear it, and he'll see just the top of his head. But no, Bolts will come and get the 2-piece. OC will steal it away at the last second. BG probably devastated after such a hard-fought victory. OC, though, speaking of fighting hard, both wins today, 7-5.
Yeah, and OC are starting to have the gap. It's so interesting to say, because OC are head and shoulders above everybody. They're at 26 points, but at the same time, their rounds are getting closer and closer and closer and closer. I mean, before today, OC's wins looked a little bit something like this: 7-3, 7-2, 7-3, 7-2, 7-3, 7-2. And I'm not even kidding. That's exactly how all their wins went. It was alternating between totally dominant, still totally dominant. And it just kept going that way. And now we see granted, they're still winning, but 7-5, 7-5. We're seeing the evolution of teams and teams adapting as time goes along in CL and starting to close the gap match-wise to Organized Chaos. But I think at this point, it might be a little too late, because I don't even think if Organized Chaos, even if
another 6 points. Another 6 points for OC today.
even if they lose, so if they go 0-4 now, they still make playoffs. They are 8-2. They are 8-2. Nobody else has 5 wins. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Disrupt has 5 wins, but they would still, they would still be in playoffs even if they went over. Granted, not my point, but still, teams are getting better at playing against them, but by the coattails, I mean, they pull it out every single time. 2 rounds in a row to end it there, and exciting rounds to say the least. I mean,
absolutely.
It was a 3v5. They were down 3v5 on customs on that round 11, and Gurmy just picks up 2 and then pins the smoke of bombs in that little corner.
That was a great play. Great communication.
Fantastic. And it's, I don't know, it's unprecedented, really, what Organized Chaos are doing right now to Challenger League. We don't see it often where one team is undefeated.
Absolutely.
Through 10 games. They're 8-2. This is unbelievable.
And
what
the
they
2
are
being
doing
ties,
to the competition.
not losses, ties.
Yeah, sorry. They're 8-2-0. They have no losses whatsoever. And for Vicious Gaming to come out with 1 point, it absolutely stinks. But at the same time, with how close everyone is, and with the fact that you tied versus someone with the same amount of points as you, it makes that a little bit easier, leaving the Playday with only 1 point. Not that it's ideal, but 14 points is still well in contention, even for a 2nd place.
Yes. All righty. Well, it looks like we're going to take a very short break, but we've got one more match coming up for you tonight, so make sure you stick around, and we will be back in just a moment.